We all know what bugs are, right? No, not those. These. Now, if that doesn't make sense, don't worry. I will explain everything soon. In this video, I will be covering some of the worst bugs in Tower Defense Simulator, and deciding which one of them is ultimately the worst one. Before we start, make sure to leave a like and use start code E to support me. Now, let's begin with our first bug. This is a bug almost all of you know. The Medic bug. The Medic is a tower meant to heal your base health, and when upgraded to the final level, it gains an ability. When used, the ability creates a giant yellow circle and an aura around every tower in its range. This ability is supposed to be able to unstun towers. Say for example, if the Fallen King stops and all your towers are stunned, the Medic can be used to unstun them. This does not work though, and the reason is that the Medic doesn't work on the new stun mechanic on towers. When the game updated from pre-hardcore to the overhaul update, the unstunning ability was not updated to work with the new towers, since all of them were remade. This, however, is not too bad of a bug. The Medic still has the ability to heal your base and deals decent damage at max level. Let's move on to the next bug, the Commander and DJ bug. These two infamous support towers unfortunately have multiple bugs. Let's start with the Commander. The Commander gives a passive fire rate buff, which increases as you upgrade it. The problem is, when placing a brand new Commander, it'll automatically reset the buffs of any other Commander in range. This means if you place a level 0 Commander next to a max level Commander, the buffs on your towers will be as good as if you only had a level 0 Commander. Even worse is, if you sell the Commander, it will remove the buff off of every tower in its range, even if there's another Commander in that spot. This means you can have a max level Commander, and just by placing another and selling it, all your towers will no longer have a buff from the max Commander. And then there's also the Commander's ability. This bug can be extremely annoying when trying to quickly chain multiple commanders. If one commander ability is active, and you activate another one before the current one ends, then once the current ability ends, all your towers will no longer have the call to arms buff, even if one is still currently running. As for the DJ, the same thing applies. If a tower has a buff from the DJ and a lower level DJ is placed next to it, then all towers in its range will automatically lose their DJ buff. The same thing applies when you sell your DJ. These bugs are definitely able to ruin your game, but they are still avoidable if you make sure not to get useless support towers, and also make sure to not sell any. And now let's go on to the fire rate bug, which is pretty much the most commonly talked about bug. This bug primarily affects towers with high fire rate, such as the accelerator or minigunner. Every time a tower shoots, it must wait a bit before shooting again. And that is what the fire rate determines, the amount of time a tower has to wait before shooting again. So if you have a scout with a fire rate of 1.5, that means it will wait 1.5 seconds between each shot. On fast fire rate towers such as the accelerator and minigunner, this time between when they shoot or do damage is way smaller. The accelerator and minigunner have to wait 0.05 seconds in between dealing damage, at least at their max level. This means that they shoot 20 times per second. But it's not that simple. The rate of fire bug actually increases the amount of time a tower has to wait between shooting. This problem comes from the Roblox engine itself, delaying each shot by around 0.02 seconds. This very slight and unnoticeable amount of time added between each shot has severe effects on fast fire rate towers, as their fire rate suddenly gets much lower. While a maxed accelerator would be dealing damage 20 times per second, this bug suddenly makes it drop to only 14 times per second. Since each tick of the accelerator is supposed to do 25 damage, not accounting for the RNG with its damage, which ranges from 18 to 25, we would have missed out on 6 ticks in that second, meaning it loses out on a whole 150 damage that it could have otherwise done without the rate of fire bug. To put that into perspective, if an accelerator was firing for a minute straight, it would have lost out on 9,000 damage that it otherwise would have been able to do. This bug, however, is not really a problem for slow-firing towers, such as Rangers, since adding 0.02 seconds to their already high fire rate will add up to almost nothing. Our next bug, and I'll keep this one short, is flying towers getting stunned. When a Pursuit or Ace pilot gets stunned, they are supposed to keep attacking since they are air units, but looking back at the stun mechanic, they are only immune to stuns from the older game version, and their immunity doesn't work on the new stun which was implemented in the overhaul update. This bug is horrible, because now good late game towers such as the Pursuit lose out on what made them so good and now can get stunned easily. which makes them not really worth using. So which one of these is the worst? Well, in my opinion, it is actually the flying towers getting stunned. While the rate of fire bug does come close as it affects every tower, this bug practically makes the pursuit useless. Its targeting is already bad, but now that it gets stunned, it becomes completely useless. And the fact that you need to get all the way up to level 100 or pay a massive 1,500 Robux for it, I think it makes it the worst bug. Remember to like and use star code E to support me if you enjoy my videos, and see you next time.